Imagine waking up to the golden hush of morning. The light sneaks in through the curtains, casting long shadows on the bedroom floor. You stretch, slowly. The house is still. The birds are just beginning their song. But there is again, that itch, right between your shoulder blades, or maybe at the back of your scalp. You rub at it half-heartedly, maybe mutter to yourself, just dry skin. But here's the question, what if it's not? What if your body is whispering something, and you've just been too polite to interrupt? You see, we've been told that itchy skin is just another one of those getting older things. A shrug, a lotion, and on with the day. But sometimes, it's not just aging, it's a warning light. Today, we're gently peeling back the layers on a topic no one really talks about. The 5 surprising places older adults may feel itchiness that could signal something more serious. Now, this isn't about alarm bells or fear. It's about awareness. Because when we know better, we can do better. And the earlier we notice these little nudges from our body, the more power we have to respond with wisdom and care. So let's walk through this together, calmly, clearly, one step at a time. You'll hear about places you might not expect, stories that feel close to home, and how to turn these tiny signals into something good. A reason to check in with yourself, to ask the right questions, and to act gently but wisely. Because your health, especially now, is too precious to ignore. So get comfortable, maybe pour a cup of tea, and let's begin with the very first surprising spot, one you've probably scratched without even thinking. Coming up, we'll meet Sarah, 67, and the itch that kept bothering her right at the base of her neck, the same spot where her necklace used to rest. But what she found out might surprise you. Let's talk about Sarah. She's 67, retired, and lives in a quiet home just outside Asheville. Loves her morning walks, her rose bushes, and her weekly Bible study. But over the last few months, she started noticing a constant itch right where her necklace touched, the base of her neck. Nothing too dramatic, just a soft, nagging irritation. She tried swapping necklaces, changed her detergent, switched lotions. Still, the itch stayed. It wasn't until her daughter, visiting from out of town, pointed out a small patch of redness that Sarah booked an appointment. What she thought was just dry skin turned out to be early signs of a thyroid imbalance. Now, that doesn't mean every neck itch is a thyroid issue, but for Sarah, it was her body's quiet way of waving a flag, and thankfully she listened. Then there's John. He's 74, lives alone, big fan of woodworking and black coffee. He started feeling an itch on his lower back that just wouldn't quit. He blamed it on old shirts and bad posture, but then it spread, became flaky, itchy at night. He finally mentioned it during a regular checkup. Turns out, it was a form of eczema linked to a pre-diabetic condition. The itch was his body saying, hey, something's shifting here. And it wasn't just about cream. It was about managing blood sugar, adjusting his diet, paying attention. Now, before we go any further, I want to be clear. We're not here to cause fear or make you second-guess every itch. But we're here to say, sometimes the smallest signals matter. Sometimes it's the scalp, and people assume it's dandruff. Sometimes it's the shins, where skin gets dry and thin. Sometimes it's even the ears, an odd spot for persistent itching that's often overlooked. And in each case, there's a story behind it. A body quietly speaking up. A life that matters too much to ignore the whisper. Coming up next, we'll explore what these locations might mean and how catching these clues early isn't just smart, it's empowering. Because every one of these characters, they made one small decision that led to a better outcome. And you can too. But before we go any deeper, let's pause for a moment because this part is important. While the signs we're about to discuss are based on real patterns observed in aging skin, please remember, we're not here to diagnose or replace your healthcare provider. This video is meant to offer gentle insights, raise awareness, and encourage conversation, not medical instruction. If something we mentioned today sounds familiar, take it as a loving nudge to check in with your doctor or a dermatologist who knows your health history best. All right, now back to our journey. You see, every little signal your body sends isn't always random. Sometimes it's trying to speak softly before shouting. Take the lower back, for example. If you've noticed persistent itching there, especially on both sides, just above the waist, it could be more than just dry skin. In some older adults, this spot is linked to something called notalgia paresthetica. It sounds complicated, but it simply means a nerve in your back might be slightly pinched or irritated. Dorothy, 72, thought it was her sweater tag causing the itch, until her doctor explained that years of gardening had subtly shifted her posture, compressing a small nerve. A bit of physical therapy and posture-friendly stretching made a huge difference. Well, let's talk about itchy feet, especially at night. John, 68, used to toss and turn, scratching his ankles in his sleep. He tried new socks, lotions, even switching soaps. Turns out, this was his body's whisper about poor circulation and rising blood sugar. A quick checkup revealed early signs of prediabetes. Now, he walks after dinner, watches his carbs, and yes, he sleeps through the night without scratching. It's stories like these that remind us itching can be the body's gentle alarm bell. It doesn't always mean something serious, but it does mean something. And if we learn to listen early, we can make small shifts that prevent bigger problems later. So, as we move into our final part, let's slow it down. You've heard the signals. Now let's talk about how to respond in simple, healing ways that make a real difference. Now that we've walked through these surprising itchy spots, let's slow things down and talk about what you can actually do without needing a suitcase full of creams or a medical dictionary. First off, don't panic. Most of the time, itchiness in older adults isn't life-threatening. It's your body waving a little flag saying, hey, something's up. Let's pay attention. So how can you respond? Let's take hydration for starters. Yes, we all hear drink more water like it's the answer to everything. But here's the twist. Our skin's ability to hold moisture naturally declines with age. That means your 2 cups of tea a day might not be enough anymore. Try adding an extra glass of water in the morning and another in the evening. Even a small shift like that can change how your skin feels and heals. Next, pay attention to your soaps and detergents. Many seniors stick with the same products they've used for decades. But as skin becomes thinner and more sensitive, even classic brands can become too harsh. Look for fragrance-free, hypoallergenic options. And if you can't read the ingredients without squinting or Googling half of them, that might be a sign to switch. Then there's movement. You don't need to start doing yoga on the beach, unless you want to. But even gentle stretching or walking helps blood circulate, especially to those trickier places like the back or lower legs. Good circulation means happier nerves and less itching. For persistent spots like your back, feet, or inner arms, keep a little journal. Just jot down when the itch happens. Morning? After dinner? After laundry day? You'll be amazed how quickly a pattern shows up, and that give your doctor helpful clues too. And if the itching won't go away, gets worse, or comes with other symptoms, please don't ignore it. Let your doctor take a look. As we said earlier, this isn't medical advice. It's encouragement to listen to your body and follow up with a professional who knows it best. It's easy to brush off little things as just aging, but sometimes those little things are our body's way of asking us to care. With more kindness, more attention, and a little more patience. You're not just getting older, you're growing wiser. So if something itches today, let it be a reminder, your health still matters. You still matter. If this video helped you think differently about something small, subscribe.